Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time zone it is, whether you in the world, it is your Lord and Saviour. Yeah, and that's right, bullying does so happen to work sometimes in this space. And by which I mean this in the most playful of senses, because Paradox has reverted their decision to siphon off core content as massive pricely DLC. That was horribly worded, but you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, that is, we have a release date for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, which is the 21st of October. We had a look at the pre-order trailer, and in the premium edition, they are going to siphon off the playable clans of the La Sombra and the Toreador for 21 smackers. And due to a lot of people being really pissed off about this, White Wolf in the Chinese room had to take notice to that, and we had like some sort of social media post where we would get some news on the 17th of September, which was yesterday's date as of the recording of this, sometime in 2025. I say sometime, it's the 18th of September 2025, but we now know the dates now, folks, so this is good. Anyway, 17th of September rolls by, and we found out that all 6 clans are now playable within the core game of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. They are not being siphoned off in DLC, so apologies to anybody who pre-ordered that massive thing, you fucking weirdos, but they're now part of the core experience. And what is going to be happening is that you essentially purchased a season pass of 2 DLCs playing 2 separate characters by the looks of things, or at least they're different stories. I'm guessing by playing their stories that we're going to be experiencing those particular 2 individuals. One's the Bruges sheriff, and one of them is the black Toreador woman whose name I've completely forgotten. We interacted with both those in their respective dev diary videos, one for the Camarilla and one for the Anarchs. Actually, they're both for the Camarilla, so scratch that out. Which is great, because the trailer actually looked pretty good. If this was the trailer that they did for the pre-order trailer and showing off some physical collectibles that trailer showed as well, I think people would have been a bit better about things, to be honest, rather than the last few weeks of this shitstorm, to be honest. And it is a little frustrating that you're dealing with a whole season pass thing, and we can see now that these 2 characters are probably not going to die in the main story, so it's kind of a little spoilery thing. And I'm going to presume that if I'm not trying to be too negative here, but the last time I saw something like this was in Final Fantasy 15, where it was very clear that there was cut content. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case here with Bloodlines 2, but honestly, I've gone beyond the point of caring, honestly. Which sort of leads me on to the second part of this video, and it's that this is the last Bloodlines 2 trailer reaction that I'm going to be doing, because whilst I've had a fair amount of fun reacting to bits here and there and postulating and speculating and just having fun talking about Vampire the Masquerade, the lore and its setting, and picking up what's wrong, what's right, and what they're trying to twist and do things here. I hope that enthusiasm has come through all my videos, despite the fact that a lot of them have been sort of in the negative sphere of things, because I'm of the opinion that Bloodlines 2 is not really a sequel to Bloodlines. It's a sequel in name alone, rather than an actual sequel. It's far more action focused. It plays around with nostalgia as a fucking bait to try and lure people in, etc. and so forth. And with the last 2 trailer reactions that I've done, one with Clan Ventru and the Tremere, whilst the reception to that has been fairly positive, and comments and feedback and extra and so forth, as well as the numbers, that's always a good thing for doing YouTube videos, that seeing that a lot of people are actually watching them. I shan't deny that the amount of negativity that I've had regarding these 2 trailers has been somewhat of a draining experience, particularly some of the comments I've received privately rather than publicly. Now, a lot of it has been in the direction of, I'm being far too negative, which, yeah, I can accept that, I guess, because I see these things and I criticise them, and this is my honest thoughts and opinions. I don't think a review, a reaction, critique of something should just be positive all the way through. There should be some negativity in there to make it a worthwhile and trusty critique or review of something. Otherwise, it just comes across that you're just licking up the smear taint on their ring piece, and that's not what I'm about. Even with things that I love wholeheartedly in positive reviews that I've done, I've always offered a bit of criticism here and there, like my V20 book review, which I'm mentioning for a very specific reason, because people seem to think that I hate V5 and all of its standing, and I just don't like the more recent direction things have taken. I actually like that game very much. My review of that book actually is a mostly positive one. I feel that the 5th edition fan base, and I guess now the Bloodlines 2 lot, is a community that relies 120% on devotion, and any form of criticism or negativity is seen as pure hatred, and I don't like that for the reasons I've just waffled about. But with my Ventru trailer, I thought that was a fairly positive one. Yeah, there were some critiques here and there, and I gave an applause at the end, but actually they managed to complete a trailer, because remember that the last trailers that we saw that talked anything about the clans is the fact that we got ones that were 15 seconds and 30 seconds with the Banu Hakim. We didn't even get one with the Ventru, you just got a fucking blog post and a GIF. Right, so I think that is tremendous progress. Now, I don't think that praise was needed, honestly, but it was definitely deserved because it showed that the team actually fucking listened to fan feedback and they actually did something about it. But then I put my Tremere trailer out, and it was mostly negative because I didn't think it showcased the Tremere, what they stood for, all that well. And it was mostly a formulaic copy and paste idea of the Ventru one, which I found just a little bit disappointing. Yeah, I was expecting to show off cactus and powers and whatnot, but it just felt very lazy, I suppose, and I don't like how the Tremere had been handled as a whole with that sort of like pew, 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 blood bullet power sort of thing, and I just thought that was a bit irritating, and people just thought I was being far too negative about that. And there was a weird number of you, the fact that it was at least one is what makes it weird to me, saying that I should be grateful for Outstar for creating these trailers, that I should apologise to her for dare criticising her work, end quote. There were some more unpleasant ones that I'm not going to share with you because I think YouTube won't like me sharing details about death threats. So yes, that's what we're dealing with here, because I didn't like a trailer. I had people telling me I should unalive myself. You fucking clowns. Now, I'm pretty good at ignoring negativity like that most of the time because it's a little thing here and there, and I'm used to people telling me that I'm being overly negative about things because, as I've mentioned already, the current fan base does not like any form of negativity, that's just pure hatred. And I know that I have somewhat of a reputation online and in Reddit forums about being this complete Brit shit stain of an individual, etc. and so forth, which is most of the time just laughable because it's just quite funny to see how much hatred is thrown at somebody, like how many people hate watch what I do even though they don't like me. Like, am I like the fucking weird ex that you can't seem to get over? I laugh about that now, but the fact that this has happened more than once across DMs and emails, it makes me feel a little bit uneasy, to be honest. And the Brujar trailer came out just before this overview trailer, and thinking about reacting to that has made me feel a bit uneasy because how many fucking death threats am I going to get now? How many wild accusations am I going to get of attacking somebody's core identity, who they are, their livelihood, just because I said a couple of negative things about a fucking trailer? Like, you people need a fucking reality check, honestly. Like, come on. I shouldn't have to feel anxious over this sort of fucking thing, for fuck's sake. But that's where we are in 2025. If you say anything negative about a trader that you love and idolise and a person that you worship up fucking Christ, you should unalive yourself. You have the right to cease to exist. Which is fucking crazy. So, congratulations. The masses have managed to bully Paradox into getting what you want. And some of you have managed to bully into my silence, which is very fucking difficult to do, I have to say. But quite frankly, I didn't care for Bloodlines 2 that much that my content and my personality and identity is revolved around it. Bloodlines 2 isn't really one of them. It's just I cover this stuff because people were excited to hear my opinion and asked about it. Hey, Lord, did you know that such and such happened? Even with this trailer, people were saying, hey, Lord, did you catch wind that this thing's happening now? I want to hear your opinion about it. I know to some this is going to seem pretty fucking weird and dare say unbelievable, and it's not really going to help my case that I'm not going to show any screenshots of these sort of things, which I have done online in other places in the past, which has also seen as me being negative towards fans. But sorry, for being that fucking aggressive and nasty to me, you're not a fucking fan of mine. But you can probably also understand that me putting stuff like that on YouTube might be misinterpreted by the bots and get me into trouble, so I'm not going to let fucking aggressive bullies win that way. So yeah, I'm really sorry for those who were genuinely interested and excited for what I was going to say about Bloodlines 2, good, bad or indifferent. But I'm not really wanting to put out content that I know will get me fucking death threats because I said a couple of mean and negative things about the trailer and the video game, blah, 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 and books too, meh, 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 meh. So yeah, but don't think you fucking won though, because I ain't going anywhere. I've got a lot of fucking great content coming up for the rest of this year, and some of next year as well, and I'm really excited and looking forward to getting that stuff out there, even if the numbers don't do all that well, because I'm happy and I'm positive and excited for all of that. And very recently we just hit 16,000 YouTube subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. And when I woke up this morning, I got this bit of fan art from somebody on the Lord Benign Discord server, which I feel really grateful for. Like, I've received artwork from my Nosferatu character over the years. The profile picture that you see presently on YouTube is by Raquel Cornero, who is one of the amazing artists who does 5th edition stuff. See, I can give praise to 5th edition stuff. That was a nice gesture, but I feel really humbled by that example as well. It just sort of came from the heart, and that's what I want to do, regardless of whether you like me or not. What I do comes from the heart, and as I said, I've got a lot of amazing shit coming up this year and some of next year. Some of it's Vampire the Masquerade related, some of it's not, but yeah, I ain't fucking going anywhere. Just not getting to get much Bloodlines 2 content from here onwards, so fuck you dickheads who think I should unalive myself because I don't like a fucking gameplay trailer. I ain't going anywhere, and if you think I'm going to go down in hell, I'm going to go down then fuck your mum.